Hey, what's good, everyone? I hope you guys are doing great. So before I get into this video, I just want to say, make sure you guys go check out my recent video. I'm going to put a link to this video in the description for those of you that missed it, because for some reason, YouTube is not sending out my notifications when I drop a video. A lot of you guys were telling me that you did not get notified for this video. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you guys go check that out. And always make sure that you guys drop a like on my videos, share them. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. And also make sure you're following me on Instagram just in case if you don't get notified. But anyways, let's get into the video. So this video is going to be about Post Malone and Hank Williams Jr. So this has to be one of the easiest ones to see. At this point, if you've been watching my videos and you still don't agree with me that this shit is happening, you really need a reality check, because at this point, it's undeniable. This one is extremely obvious, and there's not really much that I have to say about it because it's right in front of your face. This is a picture of Hank Williams Jr., and he's a country singer, and he looks exactly like Post Malone right here, and nobody can deny it. When I first saw this picture, I thought it was Post Malone, and then I showed it to Divine Sade, and she couldn't unsee it as well. And we were very disgusted at how obvious this one was, so I had to make a video about it. And there's a lot of connections with Hank Williams Jr. being a country singer, because Post Malone is always wearing, these cowboy hats, and he's always dressing like a country singer, and he loves country music as well. But I'm going to get to those connections later on in the video, so make sure you guys watch this entire video. But as you guys can see, this one is extremely obvious. They have the same exact smile and laugh, and their nose is the same. Everything about these characters is identical. And it's crazy because this is a prime example of them recycling celebrities, because all of Hank Williams Jr.'s fans don't know who Post Malone is, you know what I mean? Because Hank Williams Jr. is getting old now. So those fans don't even know who Post Malone is because he's younger. And a lot of the younger generation that listens to Post Malone don't even know who Hank Williams Jr. is. So this is a prime example of why they recycle celebrities, because they're recycling the same image and character and nobody would notice because it's two completely different generations. But this is also a really good example that these characters are immortal. That's why I named it Post Malone is Immortal, because Hank Williams Jr. is a very old character. So for him to be recycled and created into this new character goes to show that these characters are immortal, and they're just going to keep recycling them over and over. And I bet even Hank Williams Jr. is a recycled version of an even older artist, and it just keeps going forever. And it's crazy because this is my first time exposing a country singer, and I'm glad I found this one because I really wanted to show you guys that it's every single genre. This shit is happening in every single genre of music, and even with actors, all types of celebrities you can think of from every genre. It's not just rappers. Most of my videos are about rappers because a lot of people look up to them and are influenced by them. I feel like they're some of the most influential people on the youth. But I'm also going to be exposing, country singers and actors and shit like that, because all of them need to be exposed. I want to shed light on every single genre so that you guys can see that this is happening everywhere. And this is happening worldwide too, not just in the United States. Every single celebrity is involved in this. And that's going to be hard for a lot of people to accept, especially from other countries, because I noticed when I expose celebrities from other countries, a lot of people from that country get mad, and, they don't want to believe me because they don't want to accept that this shit is happening in their country as well, and not just in the United States. The whole world is a stage and not just the United States. So that's something you guys got to keep in mind. But anyways, as you guys can see, Hank Williams Jr. and Post Malone have the same exact smile lines, and that's pretty much impossible for two random people to have. So that goes to show how obvious this one is. All of their facial features are identical, and their style is exactly the same. I never saw Post Malone as a regular rapper. He doesn't fit that rapper genre, in my opinion, because his music is more of like singing, and he never really raps if you really listen to his music. So I don't know why they tried to push that character in the rap genre because he's not a rapper at all. And now it makes sense because he's based off of a country singer. So that's why his music is the way it is. And there's so many memes about this because even regular people can see this one. You know what I mean? And this picture creeped me out because when I first saw this, I thought it was Post Malone. But this is actually Hank Williams Jr. And they put some of Post Malone's tattoos on him. And it looks exactly like Post Malone. And this is also predictive programming because, as you guys can see, he's by this plane right here. And Post Malone almost died while he was in a plane. I'm going to read you guys that article later on because there's a lot of predictive programming that Post Malone is going to fake his death. And I'm going to show you guys that evidence. But first, I want to show you guys a couple more pictures and memes that they made about this. So here's another picture of Hank. And they put some of Post Malone's tattoos on his face. And it says Post Williams sings Hank Malone songs volume 1. So this one is just insane, man, because he looks exactly like Post Malone and nobody can deny this. You know, especially with these tattoos and the grills. It's completely undeniable. Here's another picture of Hank. You know, he looks exactly like Post. You know, I really don't have much to say about this because this one is right in our face. You know, once you see it, you really can't unsee it. And then here's a picture of Hank. And I thought this was Post Malone the first time I saw it. You know, they both have the same exact vibe. You know, both of them love to drink and shit like that. So everything about them is the same. And here's a lot of regular people that noticed it. This person said, I'm thoroughly convinced Post Malone is the rapper version of Hank Williams Jr. And then this person said, y'all can't tell me Post Malone doesn't look like a young Hank Williams Jr. Throw some shades and a cowboy hat on Post Malone and you get an old school Hank Williams Jr. with face tattoos. And then this person said, conspiracy theory, Hank Williams Jr. doesn't age and he now goes by the name Post Malone. Can we talk about how Post Malone and Hank Williams Jr. look exactly alike? So keep in mind that these are regular people on Twitter that are noticing this. And I love to show you guys this because this goes to show that even regular people are noticing this. You know, these people have no idea that celebrities are being recycled into new celebrities and they can still see it on their own. You know, so I love to show this because it's not just me that notices this. You know, there's hundreds of tweets about it. And this person said, can we just talk about how Post Malone and Hank Williams Jr. are the same person for a minute? And then this person said, I'm just saying I've never seen Hank Williams Jr. and Post Malone in the same room. So one thing I do want to clear up is these celebrities are not wearing masks and prosthetics to play these roles. You know, I've said this multiple times, and they're not clones either. You know, I've explained this on my Patreon, so if you guys want to know how they're doing this, go watch my Elon Musk video on Patreon. The link is in the description below. You know, I really did an in-depth breakdown of it. And I just wanted to clear that up because they're not the same exact vessel. You know, they're the same demon, but a different vessel. So these characters are actually able to be in the same room and the same place together because it's a different vessel, but it's the same demon. So that's something very important to keep in mind because a lot of times they love to put these two characters in the same room. That way people won't believe it, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. They're not clones or wearing masks. You know, it's deeper than that. These are not regular humans, and that's very important to understand because that answers a lot of our questions as to why they do some of the weird shit that they do, which I'll get to later on in this video. And I'll show you guys some weird shit that Post Malone does at the end of this video. But first, I want to show you guys some more connections. So Post has said on more than one occasion that he would like to work with country artists. Everybody from Toby Keith to George Strait. So could we see more collabs on the album? Definitely possible. So Post Malone has stated multiple times that he wants to work with country artists. So that's a major connection because his base character is Hank, who is a country singer. And then Post Malone did a cover of 2 country songs for a Texas Relief live stream. Post Malone performed 2 country covers of songs by Brad Paisley and Sturgill Simpson for the We Are Texas Relief fundraiser live stream. So he loves country music, obviously, and he performed 2 country covers of these songs. So they put it right in our face, man. Here's another cover that he did. You know, he loves doing covers of country songs because, like I said, his base character is a country singer. And then here's the meme that says, "Get you somebody who loves you like Post Malone loves country music." And wow, I didn't even notice this before making this video, but he has a picture of a country singer tatted on him. And then right here, he has a country singer on his shirt. And then this is another country singer. And I believe this shirt is also from a country singer. And then right here, he has a picture with a country singer. So he really puts this one in plain sight all the time. But a lot of people are too blind to even see it. You know, these demons don't hide anything. They tell us what they are in plain sight. You know, he even has this music video where he dressed up like a cowboy with Ty Dolla $ign. And then here's another picture of Post Malone with another country singer. And then this Twitter account posted a video of Post Malone singing Hank Williams with a 40 ounce of Bud Light and a handle of Tito's. But unfortunately, the video got deleted, so I couldn't find it to show you guys. But just the fact that Post Malone was singing one of Hank Williams' songs goes to show that he's doing so much mockery with this. And then another major connection between Post and Hank is the gematria of their names. So Post and Hank both equal 16 in the full reduction cipher. And then Post and Hank both equal 20 in the reverse full reduction cipher. And also another small connection is Post and Hank are both 4 letters. You know, like I said in multiple videos, they love to have the same amount of letters in their name with both characters. I've been showing you guys that in almost every video at this point. Now let's get into the predictive programming of Post Malone's death, because I'm pretty sure they're going to end up faking his death. You know, there's so much predictive programming about it and symbolism. So the first thing I want to show you guys is RIP and Post both equal 38 in the same cipher. And they both equal 20 in the same cipher as well. And if they don't fake the death of Post Malone, they might fake Hank Williams Jr.'s death, because even his name has the same numbers in gematria as RIP. So RIP and Hank both equal 20 in the reverse full reduction cipher. And then RIP equals 43 and Hank equals 34 in the same cipher. So if you reverse the 43, you get 34. And then to top it off, RIP, Post, and Hank all equal 20 in the same cipher. And also, all these numbers in the other ciphers add up to the same numerology. You know, so you guys can add it up for yourself if you want. But I'll do this one for you guys right now. So for RIP, it's 43, right? So 4 plus 3 is 7. And then Post is 70, so 7 plus 0 is 7. And then Hank is 34, and 3 plus 4 is 7. So all of these add up to 7. And the same thing with these other ciphers. Alright, some more predictive programming that Post Malone is going to fake his death is the fact that he almost died in a plane crash. So like I showed you guys earlier with that picture, you know, in this picture you got Hank Williams Jr. next to a plane. So I think that's very symbolic, because Post Malone almost died in a plane crash. It says Malone and his team left from the airport in New Jersey Tuesday, headed to London. A law enforcement source tells us the private plane's tires blew off during takeoff, and the pilot circled back around to perform an emergency landing. In the air traffic audio, the pilot makes it clear that they've lost a tire and asks for permission to circle above. He also makes it known that there are 16 on the plane. You know, of course, the number 16 is used in this. All of this is scripted, by the way, and it was fake. But it just goes to show that they really wanted to do predictive programming of Post Malone's death. Then it says, our source says air traffic control then informed the pilot to continue flight to Massachusetts in order to burn more fuel for a safer possible crash landing. We're told the plane had 3,700 gallons of fuel to burn. A video shows emergency personnel on the ground in position for the plane before it was decided they should land it elsewhere. And then when he finally landed, it says, "We just FaceTimed with Post, who told us he doesn't like flying to begin with, and he was super scared." Post tweeted too, saying, "I landed, guys. Thank you for your prayers. Can't believe how many people wished death on me on this website. F you, but not today." So he was very symbolic with what he said. First of all, why did he have to address the people who wished death on him? And then he also said, "but not today," which means he is going to die soon, but not that day. And then 2 weeks after that situation happened, Post Malone got in a massive car crash. It says the rapper's white Rolls Royce was left badly damaged when it crashed through a fence after colliding with another car. Police in Santa Monica confirmed several people were treated at the scene, but no one was seriously hurt. So here's a picture of his car. And all of this is staged, by the way. I bet he wasn't even in that car. All of this is just a scene. Everything they do is scripted and it's not real. But as you guys can see, this article says Post Malone in car crash 2 weeks after plane accident. And then he took a picture on top of the car. Obviously doing mockery that this was fake because he doesn't even have a scratch on him. And nobody else involved in this accident got hurt at all. And then I found the title of this article interesting because they said Post Malone cheats death again as high-speed car crash destroys his car. Alright, so now let's talk about his tattoos because he has some very symbolic tattoos about his death. So he has this weird skull tattoo on his head, and I don't know what it is, but there's like a lot of skulls behind it as well. If you guys know what this is, let me know in the comments. And then he also has these weird swords on his face. And then he has a lot of like saws right here. And here's another one. Here's a better angle of it. This one even has blood on it. And then he has this weird Medusa tat, I believe. I'm not sure if that is Medusa, but it looks a lot like it. And there's a skull with blood on it. So this is some very symbolic shit. A lot of these demonic entities show us what they are with their tattoos. This is some very evil shit right here. And then he also has this dead zombie looking thing tatted on his chest. And then he's doing this picture with his eyes rolled back. And he looks very demonic right here. And I noticed a lot of death fakers have pictures like this. Like, for example, Juice WRLD has a lot of pictures like this. And he ended up faking his death as well. So make sure you guys go watch my video about Juice WRLD, by the way. And also in my recent video, I talked about how this is symbolism right here. This does not mean the peace sign. And then I believe this is a bulletproof vest that he has on right here. I'm not sure, but if it is, that's very symbolic that he might fake his death. And also I want to talk about how all of these celebrities have a stage name for a reason. Because right here it says Malone is an Irish surname. The name means a servant or disciple of Saint John. And that makes sense because celebrities are servants. If you notice, they all work super hard. It's like they never sleep. They're constantly pushing out content. And that's not normal. A regular human being can't do that. Regular humans have to sleep and they have a life and shit like that. But it seems like celebrities don't. It's like they're always on autopilot and constantly doing things and posting on all their social medias and shit like that. But anyways, another symbolic thing that he has is this lock earring and it has a B on it. So I'm not sure what that means, but it could mean that a demon has this vessel locked in. And then another thing I want to talk about is all of this symbolism because we've become so desensitized to it because we've seen it so much that we even started doing it ourselves. But this is symbolism, man, and they're doing it in plain sight now. Nowadays, since everyone's desensitized to it, they can literally just do this in plain sight and people wouldn't even care about it. And then I think he has his bull tattoo right here on his neck, which is also very demonic. And here he is doing symbolism again. I explained the symbolism in my recent video, so make sure you guys go check that out. You know, every time they do this symbolism, they're actually attacking you and mind controlling you with magic. But this Doritos chip is a triangle, which is also very symbolic. And then here he is doing a triangle on the low. And here he is doing symbolism again. And he paints his nails as well, which is very feminine. And like I said, we become so desensitized to it that we don't even get shocked anymore when we see them wear skirts and paint their nails. You know, this is some fugazi ass shit. You know, right here he's literally wearing a skirt, but nobody says anything anymore because it's almost like we're expecting it at this point and it's regular now, which is very disturbing to me because that shows that in the future, you know, this is going to be completely normal and we're going to see this a lot more. You know, he's literally wearing pink right here, and this is okay in this day and age. You know, he has another pink suit right here. And every time they stick their tongue out like this, you can really just see how demonic they are. You know, these are demonic entities. They're not regular people, and I really need you guys to understand that because that's why they look so creepy. You know, when I was putting this video together, I looked at this picture and I got so creeped out because his eyes look so demonic and his entire face just looks so weird to me. And then right here, he looks so demonic as well. Alright, so last thing I want to talk about is Post Malone has this very old music video, and it's like a parody, and he's like singing this song, and he's dressed so weird, and he looks so feminine in this video. And this just goes to show that he's just a character, you know. He started off doing parodies. You know, this whole music video is a joke, and a lot of people don't even know about this. And I wish I could play this video at the end, but I don't want to get copyrighted. But with these screenshots, you can basically see what I'm talking about. You know, obviously he's a character, and he let us know from the very beginning. And he also looks like a woman in this video. You know, all of these celebrities are inverts. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I really appreciate everyone that's been supporting my channel and my Patreon. You know, a lot of you guys have been joining my Patreon, and that motivates me to drop so many videos on there. So expect to see a lot of videos on Patreon this month. You know, we're going to be exposing a lot of deep things on there. So shout out to everyone that's been supporting over there. You know, it means a lot to me that you guys love my videos because I put a lot of effort into them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm out.